Okay. It might be good. Okay. Alright, we should be back. It just has to survive this last tier list. Like, come on. Alright. We back? We coming back? Oh, jeez. Alright. I'll give it a minute. Wait for people to. Alright. Alright. We got. Alright. Nice. I don't know what happened there. I was trying to show an image of like the Yu-Gi-Oh thing for like the video, but that my computer was sent to the shadow realm for a second. I don't know what happened. Like all I heard was just like this like it just froze and then I just heard like this terrible noise in my headphones. It was awful. It's got to be a sign. All right. I don't know if I should just wait another few minutes. It's just one thing after another now, isn't it? Okay. Alright. I should be good now. What the hell? Okay. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what this is. Like I've seen a lot of the other like I know the Game Gear, I know the N-Gage. I don't see the Neo Geo on here. Neo Geo? Am I just crazy? Not the Neo Geo. I think this is what I'm talking about. Neo Geo was like the an arcade machine too, like a company. But all right, so okay, now that we're back, we can actually start doing this again. Because this generation especially caused a lot of rifts in my youth. The PS2 is my favorite console. It was also my first console, so I want to preface that it was my first console and I still have it. The same one. I've had a couple in my life. This one I had since I was like 7. It's like 2 is my favorite console of all time, and I still think it's the best one. The only thing I don't like is I don't like how small the controller is anymore. But as a kid playing Tony Hawk Underground all the time, the game I definitely played the most was Chamber's Secrets on PS2. Which is still probably my favorite game. It was also my first video game ever, so also take that. But Madden on PS2 were so good. Yes, everybody remembers not having a fucking memory card. And if you got something that wasn't an 8 megabyte, every single game would ask you to format it. But the PS2 was great. No, the PS2 had like some great games. I mean, we're hearing music from 2 of the great games of the PS2 era. The PS2 just slapped. The exclusives were great. The third-party support was bonkers. There's a reason why it's still the #1 selling console. Let's be real. And it's just so good. S tier, 100%. The GameCube is a little bit different. A part of me really wants to put it into A. But a part of me kind of, I don't know. Yeah, you didn't know that? Yes, it's the save data. Which is a fucking clever. A's good for GameCube, I would agree. There's great games. Luigi's Mansion, I mentioned earlier. Super Mario Sunshine. Which is probably... it has still, in my opinion, the best Smash ever, Melee, which is still one of the best game reveals at any E3 ever. Was them showing off this Smash, and just that roar when Samus was brought in to the roster. Melee's still the easy A. Luigi's Mansion was pretty peak. Luigi's Mansion, I went back and played recently, and it's still great. Luigi's Mansion is awesome, so good. You can have the Game Boy player. But for some reason, Nintendo hates that people love this console. Because we emulate it. And they fucking hate that we like a console from 2001. Was it 2001? How old is the GameCube? 2001 was the original Xbox, I know that. I can't remember when the GameCube came out. But the GameCube's an easy A. We have the is this the Genesis? That's the Genesis, right? Just not one of like the later models. Yeah. Yeah. It's the Genesis. Because it's the 16-bit too. The Genesis feuded with the SNES, and let me tell you, Sega has never been close once to being number one. Well, actually, it was number one for like a split second, and then Nintendo once again said no. But the Genesis had Sonic, and made Sonic, and I would agree with the B. It's probably the best Sega console. I know some people would also say the Dreamcast, but also like, who the fuck is going out to buy a Dreamcast now? Sonic was carrying though. Sonic was definitely carrying. And the Genesis had so many fucking accessories, like the 32X, the Sega CD, which is this shit on there? Like the Sega CD and shit? Because technically that would be a system too, right? Because like Sonic CD, and it's probably their best console. At least it's the one that I would eventually like to have collecting wise. And it's the only one that actually could have put up a fair fight if the games weren't so like if they had other good things like Sonic than just Sonic. I feel like the Genesis could have been way better performing, but B is fine. Now I had a PS3 and I did not have a 3060, which I know is fucking blasphemy to some people. So do I. I still have my original. I started with the Super Slim. And the first games I got with it was, it was a bundle with a Little Big Planet carton, Lego DC Superheroes 2, and Lego Harry Potter Years 5 to 8. Okay. Look, okay. Alright, here's where a great debate comes in. Because I still think that the consoles that like had like the biggest fair fight is the 360 and the PS3. The 360 had way better online, let's be honest. The PS3 is... But the party system sucked. You couldn't play a game while you're in a party. The Xbox 360, you can. I think that both consoles are S's. I think at first PlayStation was fucking up. PlayStation sucked. I don't like how they got rid of the backwards compatibility. And they came out in like the first it started off as $500. Xbox 360 had a really interesting life. It was on top. And PS3 was fucking up. And then... Okay, let's be honest. Out of every console generation, Xbox 360 had one of the biggest game launches of all time, that being Halo 3. Everybody trashes on the exclusives, how many exclusives PlayStation has to Xbox 360. And it started off with the PS3 era, in my opinion. But you got people like there would never be another game launch like Halo 3 ever. And maybe something like GTA 6 or Elder Scrolls 6 might have that much hype, but even then, nothing's gonna be like, nobody waits out in lines anymore for midnight releases. Like, it's not gonna have that same impact where it's on the news. Oh, this is hard because I was a PlayStation boy, but I do love the 360. I actually have the controller right next to me. I'm holding it now. It's still my favorite controller. I don't know what it is about this controller, but like, even if I'm not like doing anything, I'll just play with it. Like, it's just super comfortable. It's such a good size, and the PS3 controller is way too fucking small now. As a kid, it was fine, but like now it's like painful sometimes. It's like now if I do go back, I use the PS4 controller. But I will say this. PS3 had one thing, the cell processor. Early on in the generation, Xbox 360 games looked better because nobody knew how to code right for the cell processor. But the first party titles at the end of its life banged. So if companies like Naughty Dog knew how to program and make games for the PS3, it looked way better than anything Xbox 360 was doing. And Sony created Blu-ray, and it was a Blu-ray machine. The 360 started fucking up with the Kinect. As soon as the Kinect came out, they started becoming way more about like entertainment, which is what the PS3 was doing at first, and that's why the PS3 was fucking up. So they did like a flop. PS3 won back the hardcore gamers, while Xbox 360 was trying to be like a competition to the Wii, where the PS3's move was like if you just wanted to kind of turn your PS3 into a Wii. The Xbox 360 was trying to go against it for some reason, which like was kind of dumb, because Kinect fucking sucked. So this is hard because like where one falters, the other one like succeeds, and vice versa. One had better online, but one had better like the PlayStation never had a red ring of death. I know that some people talk about like the yellow light, but that's so rare that it at that point it's just like you're just unlucky. But the red ring, you're destined to have it if you have the original motherboards. Yeah, did you not hear about that? Maybe I know I'm not. I hope I'm not like just making this shit up. PS3 Yellow Light of Death. Yep. I have no idea how well you can read this right now. But hopefully the quality isn't like bad since I'm streaming. But yeah. I wonder if like yeah, there's like videos on like how to repair it. But it's super rare. It's super rare. But and it's only in the fat ones, really. But not as common as the red ring. So, it's mainly a bunch of like the backwards compatibility ones. The ones that are actually like the ones that are like the originals were the ones that were like kind of fucking up. But they immediately changed it. But even then, it's still rare. Like you probably would never see it on this slim. Yeah, like early, like the original motherboards. It's the same kind of deal with the Xbox 360 where the original version is the original release is what caused, which is the ones with the red ring. Man, I cannot talk. But it's way more rare than the 360s, where it wasn't like a big deal. Like most people who got it was like, this is just fucking unlucky, and you can fix it. Where the red ring of death, like you were like fucked. You had to pray. The 360, I think you just had to like fix something in the motherboard. That you could just do yourself. I'm very kind of just putting these both in S because like it's just difficult. I don't. You can make a case for any one of these being higher than the other. Me personally, I love the PS3 more, but the 360 does have that library and the online. Going to my friend's house and like playing Call of Duty and stuff. On 360 is like fun, and yeah, both of these consoles deserve a bunch of praise. The Super Nintendo is interesting because I kind of also want to put into S. Nintendo really does make bangers. Like this is a banger. Pilot Wings. Super Mario Kart started here. This one's either very high A or low S. This is just a good console. I have one upstairs. I need to get cords for it again. Low S, to be honest. That's kind of what I'm thinking. It's either very high A. I'm gonna put it in A. But it's teetering on S. You can make a case for it for sure. I don't know what the fuck this is though. This is a walkie-talkie. This really is a walkie-talkie. What the fuck does that try to something express? This looks like a very shitty Game Boy. So, oh, the Switch. Oh, where do we put the Switch? The Switch is really. It's a really good. Okay, it's a good console, but it barely runs mobile games sometimes, and I don't know. I'm kind of going with B as well. I think later on, like in a couple of years, we might consider it more of an A console. The idea of it is definitely A tier. I just think that like, a lot of it's cheap. Like the Joy Cons feel so cheap. The SpongeBob console. Are you talking about like the plug and play whatever? I think I have it downstairs, like the plug and play of like where it's his fucking nose. I have the Shrek one where it's like his head on a stick. I love that thing, man. It's so good. I love those fucking. I have the Namco one. I've never had that problem. And I have the original. I was thinking about buying like the upgraded Switch because it's like the original fucking like feels so cheap. The Joy-Cons feel like garbage sometimes. It is a DS. It is actually the DS Lite, which is one of my favorite DSs. I'm inclined to kind of put into S. I love the DS. The Sims 2 was fantastic. Pokemon was fantastic. This was a banger. I'm putting an S, and it is better than the 3DS. That we can agree. We can agree. Okay, now if this was the original version, okay, the Fat Boy. Did anybody else have the problem where I had two of them? They both of them had this problem where like I opened them up and then they broke. Like the top and the bottom came apart, but it still worked perfectly fine. And I've heard that's pretty common. The original was crazy. The DS was really good though. I love the DS. Fuck. I kind of want to start collecting the games too for that. So many great memories playing Pokemon Diamond, which is still my favorite Pokemon game. The 3DS is strange. I like the concept, and I have good memories on it. Pokemon X and Y and Omega, Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby are both good. I played like Animal Crossing New Leaf on it a lot. I just don't know if it's A. If it's A, it's low A. It was good. It just I don't know. The DS was just so way better. Tomodachi Life, really? Yeah. It is. It's a high B, low A. For sure. Is it on the same tier as the Switch though? Which one's better? It wasn't needed. We could have had a perfectly fine another DS. After the DSi, like I don't know, we were perfectly fine. We didn't need. I feel like this was just excessive, just to be excessive. I have two of them in my room, but one is my brother that he doesn't even know that I have it. It's been years, but it's just it wasn't needed. This just seemed like something that was like, we're gonna make a 3D because we can. Persona Q was really good on it. Pilot Wings Resort was good. I don't know. They try to bring over the Mii's. Mario Kart DS was to go. If you didn't have a true good childhood, if you didn't have a bunch of people who only one person owned that game, and everybody got to play, up to what, 8? And only one person needed it. Everybody else could just connect. PictoChat was great. PictoChat. I still have great memories playing Brain Age. Like, games like that was good. Yeah. I remember for my 8th grade field trip, we played it on the bus there. Man, so many good memories. How can I forget Mario Kart DS? Still probably my favorite Mario Kart memories wise. The DS is just so good. It's such such an S tier. Man, I really want a DS now because I could play the 3DS but I'm so jealous. I want it. I want that. I want a bunch of like the old Pokemon games. My sister gave me her extra copy of White 2. So I've been meaning to try to go back and play that on the 3DS, but I want to be able to see PictoChat and shit. Hey, you got what's important at least. At least Mario Kart DS didn't die with it. That does suck though. I don't remember the last time. You know, I had a DSi and I lost it at a water park place. It's like, what would you even call it? I guess it's not really a resort, but it's like it's like this just water park that you can stay at that's near here. I don't know what you would fucking call it, but like I lost it in the room, and I'm so upset. Somebody else got probably have it now somewhere. Because why would they throw it away? But like, fuck. I was so upset. I love the DSi. Every variation of the DS was like, it always got better. I was too busy so mad at myself that I don't even remember my mom's reaction. I think her reaction was like, well, shouldn't have fucked up. Why is there Xbox 360s twice? What? I just noticed that. We're putting this one in C. Because this one's the original with the red ring of death. We're putting in C. Good console, but that issues. This one's way better. The S. The 360S. Way better. This one didn't even have HDMI. It didn't have HDMI or internal Wi-Fi. It wasn't until this one that it had those ports and all that. So this one was like super downgraded. That's why a lot of people did want the PS3 because straight out the box, the original had built-in Wi-Fi, HDMI, all of it, Blu-ray support, backwards compatibility. The original 360 just is that. Yeah. Okay. Look, I'm debating. I have yet to see. My brother uses the One Li to play with his friends, and I think that the one got better over time. But holy fuck, is this one of the worst console launches? I don't know if anything else is worse. Game Pass does carry, and Xbox Live is way better than the PlayStation Network. Even ever since, especially now that they're making the price higher. Oh my god, terrible. Game wise trash. Yeah, like even like I was talking about like Halo 3 coming out. Halo 5 Guardians is like it's just Call of Duty at this point. I feel like I played it. Like it's a good shooter, but like even like their good first parties are like shit. 343 is fucking up that, and they tried to make it this whole media center, and it sucks ass. When it first came out, it was like you always had to be online. Your Connect had to be on to even use the console. Like it was trash. Yeah. Alright, I will listen. Gears of War 2 is fire. I still have the copy right here. It's the one is just so bad. And I had a friend in high school who, because I had a PS4, he loved his one. To the point where like even if I said like I didn't really like it, he would like get so defensive about it. I was like, look, I'm not the one with like this. I'm not even like talking shit on it. But like, we can if you want. The one is terrible. The one is one of the worst decisions Microsoft could have ever made, and I am so glad that they are not fucking up that bad anymore. But it ruined their reputation. Because like, whoever was in charge, I forget his fucking name, before Phil Spencer came in and saved the company, made this so that Xbox will never have the same effect that the 360 had on people. Speaking of Xbox Ones, the actual Xbox One is a fucking great console. I don't know if it's A or B personally. It is a big downgrade from the 360. I will say that, yeah, I wouldn't say it was a slight downfall though. It was massive. Like, PlayStation, Sony finally had their moment where I'm actually gonna agree. Yeah, it's okay. I'm trying to like think of words. Sony finally got their chance to come back, because like the PS3 comes out and so I think it was the PS2 and the at E3 where the president comes out. So I think it was Sega comes out and does like their presentation, and they say the price, and it's big for the Dreamcast. Sony comes out, the president comes out and just goes and just all he says is like $299, and everybody starts clapping. This is way more affordable. The PS3 didn't have that moment because it was so expensive. $500 for like the lowest, I think, 400 to 500, which for PS3 was too much. The one fucked up so bad that no matter what, if you're gonna pick between the Xbox One and the PS4, you would be dumb to pick this. they they had a chance to finally beat Sony, and they fumbled it so fucking bad. But the one is so good. I'm a PlayStation 2 kid, but like I have the original Xbox hooked up, and I love it. Halo 2, fantastic. Um, Forza Motorsport. Yeah, it's not it's scary. Um, and the Xbox, the original Xbox was it just came out at the worst time because it came out a year after the competition, which by that point, like, San Andreas was already out. Um, so a lot of the games that people were going to play in the that would play in the original Xbox, which, the original Xbox is as old as me. We're born the same year. It's like I'm connected to this console, but like it was just wrong timing. But it brought Halo. It brought so many good things, and it was a better performing console than the PS3 too. But the PS2, if you had a pulse, you can make a game for it. The Xbox One, the original Xbox, is definitely an A. Some people would actually put it into S, and I don't think I can agree with. I don't think I can disagree with them if they wanted to put it up there. The 2600, however, we have to rank this kind of strangely because this was the first like modern video game console. Like the Magnum Box Odyssey was like before it and all that, but C D. It's not as bad as the one. At least this one was a console. High C. Yeah. It was the first one that actually got what a console could be right. I'm comfortable putting with C with the original 360. Which one is? Oh, this is the Intellivision 2. The Intellivision was fucking F. Nobody talks about the Intellivision. The Jaguar was F. The Atari Jaguar. It had like 12 buttons, I think, on the controller. 12? With like like a whole like number pad stuff. It was just bad. But it was technically the first console to have 64-bit games before the N64. So, I mean, it did one thing, but it just did it terribly. But also, who cares about the bits anyways? Like, it was just like a bad console. So this one's going in S. Look, we don't even have to talk about it. That's going in S. Yeah, there's no debate. It's an S tier. Still not my favorite, but I loved it. I still have my original. It's over there with all my Mii's and shit. God, so good. GameCube backwards compatibility. The channels were so fun to explore. The Mii's were everybody's made weird Mii's. I remember this was the first console to really do virtual consoles. God, there was the Check Me Out channel where you could see other memes and like download them. The controller was weird. Because sometimes it wouldn't always work right. Like, it was one of those things where if it worked, it really worked, but if it didn't work, it really didn't work. But either way, like, so good. The motion bar was very annoying. But still an S. Even with all of its problems, I love it. There's a reason why everybody, like, still, like, kind of has their Wii. Another fucking Intellivision. Ooh, the NES. Ooh, this one's crazy. The Wii does got some. This one's gonna be okay. I want to put it into A, but this was the console that like saved the video game industry after the crash in '83. Super Mario and Duck Hunt being the release title. Dr. Mario, I downloaded an emulator, and in between like if I'm like bored with doing nothing, I'll play Dr. Mario on this emulator. And just like play it and just get so good. Legend of Zelda started here. Metroid started here. Is it like fucking up right now? Okay. All right. But yeah, it like Mario started here. This song, this Persona Q song that's playing right now is like perfect for this. Like it Metroid fucking Zelda, Mario. All of it started here. I gotta put into S. It's too important. Anybody who's anybody, there's a reason why everyone's grandmother calls everything a Nintendo. Easy S. Like it would be disrespectful to put it anywhere else. Just even if you don't like the console and you never want to play it ever, there's no way you can't give it like props for what it's done. Yeah, for sure. What the it's a Neo Geo machine. And Neo Geo is going into F. The Sega Game Gear. When we're making the Game Gear, it was a fully lit display. Man, I'm also young. I just happen to like just know about it. I don't know. I'm pretty fucking young. The Game Gear was interesting though. I wasn't alive for like most of these consoles I'm talking about right now, but like I'm as old as the original Xbox. But this this Game Gear was fully lit background display, but the battery life sucked, and it was just a mobile thing that you can plug in your games into the Genesis cartridges. the new PlayStation Portal does look like shit. So I just, where is it? I went to a couple months ago. I went to uh I went to Comic-Con because every year I go with my sister, and I have it somewhere. I bought a PSP and GTA Liberty City Stories. Are you? When did the Wii come out? 2006? The Wii came out in 2006, right? Okay. Damn. Alright, so yeah. I was born 2001. Me and the Xbox are twinsies with that. That's crazy. Which is weird. You say 04, but like you're when I watched your video, I was like, damn, his voice is deep. I was like, you sound older than me. For sure. Bro, it does. I don't know how you can say that it sounds high. If that's the case, I'm squeaky. It sounded so maybe it was the mic or something. I don't know. Do you? You look like Darwin Watterson. Can we just say like I? That would be another good tier list to do. TV cartoons. Gumball is still lit. I'm rewatching it. It's still good. I love Gumball. I don't know. It still holds up perfectly well. A bunch of those shows from that time do, but that's kind of good. I don't know. You know Darwin's cool though. Darwin's super cool. The PS Vita needs to go somewhere higher. It's better than the original PSP. It is the PS Vita. I had a PS Vita. I mean, I still have a PS Vita, but I had it. But I had a PS Vita before I ever had a PSP. It is overheated. It is way overheated. I'm putting it at least an A. I love it. It's so good. I love the PS Vita. It was just at this like weird time where the PS Vita came out, and it was around the time that the PlayStation TV and all that was coming out. So it was like surrounded by a lot of like dog shit. So I think a lot of people like was overlooking how good this was, and thinking finally on the PSP, which is like compared to it, it's terrible. Like not even close. The PS Vita is what the PSP should have been. I hate when people start hating on that. No, it's at least a high A. I won't put it into S because all these consoles, like, I don't know. I think all these consoles, like, are very important. The PS Vita isn't an important console, but it's a fucking great one. The Magnavox Odyssey can go home. The Dreamcast was okay. The Dreamcast is okay. I don't know. It's the controller fucking sucks. But like Sonic Adventures, I believe Soul Calibur is also. I think the first one was on here first. I think it's certainly better than these consoles. I'm sure. The Game & Watch. Where are we putting this? I've never played a Game & Watch, but I want them so bad. It was also the precursor. We need to remember that this was the precursor. Dope. You didn't miss fucking anything. I ranked the fucking Dreamcast D for Dreamcast, I guess. Magnavox Odyssey can go home, but yeah. Fucking the Game & Watch was the precursor to the Game Boy. This was when this was before they started making consoles, I do believe. And Mr. Yotoy, rest in peace, made it, came up with the idea, sat on the train and saw Sony playing with a fucking calculator and was like, I could do that. Like, and made it. And actually, the I forget which one it was, but the first D-pad used on a used outside of an arcade was the Game & Watch, which would become the D-pad that they use for the NES. And it was a precursor. So this has a lot of history. But it is just one game, basically. So for history, I would say it's pretty important. I'm going to put it into B. Because it's very basic, but this was before like they even made the NES, so, or the Famicom. What about the why would anybody call their console the Series X and S? What? It is such a bad name console, but it is a... Damn it. I'm going to put it into B tier for now. I don't know. It hasn't lived enough life to say it's way better than the one. But it's just not there yet. But it is a massive improvement that, you know, right now it's still the same. I will say this. Being able to emulate on it is cool. The fact that Microsoft gives you the tools to do that is cool. And Xbox seems to be doing a lot more to try to please the gaming side that they lost when they were trying to be the all-in-one entertainment system with the one. They're so I'm optimistic about Xbox's future. I don't want them. I don't want to see them die with this console. I'll say that. I don't want them to die with this console. I want to see what the next Xbox could be, because I'm hoping one of these days we get another like 360 explosion. Because like the original Xbox came out the gate great. The 360 did everything that the original one did, and made it so much better. And then they went backwards, and now I think they're finally trying to understand it. But another Intellivision? No. Ooh, this one's hard. Oh, fuck off. This one's hard. So, like, the N64. Ooh, one of the worst consoles ever made. I mean, sorry, controllers ever made. Not consoles. I love playing the N64. GoldenEye, classic. Pokemon Snap, classic. It has my favorite Zeldas of all time. My favorite being Majora's Mask. I'm putting it to B tier. It's very, very decent. But let's be real. It only had like, in the library was super short, and 90% of them were all from Rare. But when Rare made games, it was bangers. Super Smash Super Smash started its time on here. It was also the first console to have 4-player hookup for 4 players to play. Mario Kart 64 is great. Mario Party started here. So good. Ocarina of Time, which is one of the best gaming soundtracks, and said to be one of the best games of all time. So, personally, I prefer Majora's Mask, but Ocarina of Time is still fantastic, no matter what. I'm very comfortable putting it to B. Maybe a low A, just for like the amount of like. It was definitely quality over quantity with this. Not a lot of shovelware with the PS2, but the games that did release, spectacular. Conker's Bad Fur Day was the last Rare title on the console, and it was great. Super Mario, the first Mario RPG. Made by Square. The only thing that sucked about it was like that they were using cartridges when the PS1 and even the Sega Saturn was using discs, and not, they were still using cartridges. But even then, like, Conker's is still good. Conker's is still amazing. Still such a great game. Well, I just dropped that. So that was good. Hopefully that wasn't loud. That was fun. That's kind of crazy, though. If you only knew it from that. Because, I don't know, I feel like everybody's heard of Conker's Bad Fur Day, though. Like, before that. Hey, if you get the chance, play it. It's pretty great. It's one of those games where, like, you would think, like, over time, like, the jokes wouldn't land as much, but, like, they still hit. Such a good console. Way better than this, than these. Oh, I'm gonna put it in A just because I think it's way better than these consoles. At the very least, I can say confidently it's better than these. So I'm gonna put it into A. Even though the controller I still think is one of the worst controllers. What is this? There was no need for that. But also, it was the first one to We're also forgetting that the launch title was here was two. One of them was Super Mario 64. Oh, the flower. Is that the? Is the flower where like you jump on the flower's titties or whatever? That flower. Conkers is Conker. If you explain anything that you do in Conkers, it sounds like it's like the craziest game ever. Yeah, it's crazy. It's just flower with giant boobs, and you just start having to bounce on it. There's one where like you have to feed a cow, I think, like grape juice until it shits. It's crazy. That this describing Conker's Bad Fur Day is like a trip. But yeah, the N64 was the first first console to have a stick like that to do 3D right. It's insane, yeah. What is this? It looks like shit. Oh, the N gauge. Oh. Or we put in the PS5 though. I have my PS5 right here. Has not been on for 2 weeks, but I still love it. I don't know if it's S tier. It hasn't lived enough to look back on like that, in my opinion. I agree. Lately, the exclusives. Yeah, I'll put in. I'll put into A. It's better than all these fucking consoles. Let's be honest. But see, but I think that the PS5 is yet to bring those exclusives. Yeah, it did downgrade a lot from. Oh fuck! I'm gonna have to rate the PS4 next. What do we think? It's high. This is higher than all of these in my opinion, so far. But like, the PS4 is pretty great in my opinion. The exclusives were so good. Spider-Man is about to carry it for now. The PS4 was definitely carried at the end with Spider-Man. Well, that was 2018, so along with like God of War 2018 and all that. It's not that good. the PSP is not that good. It's kind of dog shit. I like my time with it so far, but I mean, only one stick. I don't know. There's just no reason to like have one anymore. I don't think. Because like even the titles that was for it all had PS2 ports. So the I just don't think it was that great. Alright, that was actually kind of sick. Darth Vader PSP Vita? Alright, that's sick. I'm not like the PSP was a good was like good. But I don't think it's on this. I'm moving up to A. I mean, B. Because it did have some good ones. You can play movies on it. UMDs was crazy. I'll move it up. Because I don't think it's on the same level as these, personally. But the Master System was C. Once again, another Sega console not up to the potential. The original PlayStation, the first console ever to sell 100 million units. SRA. For the PS1, B? I don't know if I could put it in B. It was the first one to have dual sticks. High B, low A. High B, low A. I'll put it to B. High B, low A. I can go either way. The Sega Saturn was probably another C. Sega fucked up again. And people forget, like, it was supposed to be the Saturn, and then it was there was supposed to be the Pluto, and there was going to be the Jupiter. Yeah, I mean, unless you're playing with, if you're playing with the original, I feel that. I never got that when I played it with like a DualShock controller, like the first DualShock controller. I never felt that feedback like that, but I felt it with like the ones where it wasn't the DualShock. Because like it originally came out and didn't have the analog sticks, and then the N64 comes out later, like 2 years later, has the stick, and then they add it. But so I think with the DualShock, I never really felt it, but the original, yeah, for sure. What is this one? I've seen it before, but what the fuck? I know what this is, but once again, it looks like I don't know. The Wii U, very controversial. Very controversial. The worst marketing I've ever seen. They would have had a better strategy, not saying anything at all. I'm kind of leaning towards B2. You could play Wii games on it. There were some cool ideas. We'll put it to B. I like B. I'm comfortable with that. Oh, alright. I actually like this ranking. This is dub. I think people fucking hate on the Wii U because they've always hated on it, but um, I think that it still deserves the recognition. But this was another good tier list. Um, fucking like I just like shut down for a second. I was like, oh, damn. Um, another great tier list done. Um, and fucking, we've been like doing this for like 4 hours basically. I didn't realize just how long I was like be doing this. I was expecting like maybe like 2 tier lists at most, but because this was I came up with the idea to do this stream like 2 minutes before I put out the thing saying it. I was thinking about it. I'm the Poison Ivy is going to be a video. The waifus probably would be a video. The game consoles probably be a video, but I don't know how long that would be. I'll probably turn all of these into videos. The people are definitely gonna be in my head for this, but you know what? I might as well just embrace it. If they're still worrying about the yeah, it came out 2020. Crazy. Ooh. Isn't it crazy that not like I had to like scavenge for mine, but like now I go into Target and there's like 5 of them sitting there. It kind of pisses me off. Because I probably had mine for it's 2021, but like very late into it, like probably around this time, maybe more like October time that I got it. I have this. I still have like the snap memory because I posted on Snapchat when I first got it, like almost now 2 years ago. I remember one of my friends is super good at coding, so like he tried to make a bot so that he can actually buy one. So he was doing what the scalpers would do, just to buy one for himself. And I was like, hey, you can get 2. Like, please. I just fucking want one. I just want to beat them and have my own. But I was unlucky during that venture. He was like, I want one, but like I'm not gonna deal with this. So he just made a bot. I'm dead getting one. Because he put it to like Walmart, I think. But I was like, fuck. You should have. You need to add me to that. I need one. Um. It's crazy how like it took 7 years for the PS3 and the Xbox 360 to the years for the PS3 and Xbox One to the PS5 and Series X and S, and we're already 3 years into the PS5. It's crazy to think about how I was just thinking about this like 2 days ago or something. It's like we're already close to like in a few years there'd be speculation about the PS6 and it's kind of pissing me off because I remember as a kid, I felt like the PS2 had the longest life, and the PS3 had the longest life, and in high school the PS4 had the longest life. But now it's like this just came out to me. Like I still just got this in my head, but like no, it's it's fucking crazy. Soon we're gonna be talking about the PS6, and I barely get the time out of this PS5. I'm scared for the future. Like, please make it at least 10 years in between them. But if it continues for 7, we have 4 more years left until this is old gen, and I can't even imagine what the next gen is gonna look like. No, for real. Like it, like if you, it, every like every day is like just. It's like I look at the calendar, I go, oh, it's September. For real. Like, do you remember like all like when the Switch was being announced? The Nintendo Project NX, and like there was like all these like speculations, all these rumors. I kind of miss that. I miss like having like the like when everybody would talk about when the Xbox 720 was coming out, and when instead we got the Xbox One, but everybody thought it was gonna be like the 720, and they had like fake logo concept for it. Well, now they just do it for GTA 6. Now they just apparently get GTA 6 early every day from Rockstar, but now they just do it with some games. Yeah, it would be a floating sphere, which would be dumb. That like I don't even know how that would work. A floating sphere. I do remember that, but I don't remember how like. It's crazy how that was a year ago. Those leaks. It's insane. That was already a year ago, and honestly, I agree. Dub, like hire that man, for real. But like, it was he sentenced yet? Weren't they? Weren't they're like going against him? I forgot if it was when if he was sentenced or something. But Dub hacker. Yeah, I mean, it's been in development since 5 released. So since 2013, they've been planning it. It has now been about to be 10 years of GTA 5, and I'm fucking sick of it. I love GTA 5 and I love GTA Online, but at the same time, I'm so sick of it. Red Dead Redemption 2 didn't keep me engaged that much. I liked it, but they need to just shut up and give us Bully 2 instead. GTA 5 did go through. Yeah, because it released the same year as the one in the PS4. I just needed to put out in the universe Bully 2 being a thing because like it was canceled, and someone's childhood was GTA 5, and I'm over here and it's man, like I would sneak play at my friend's house like San Andreas, so I wasn't allowed to play it. It would, that would, I mean, they basically already did. What was worse, the Cyberpunk or the definitive editions of GTA? Because like the definitive was awful. I think it's better now, but like not that much better. Cyberpunk looks like it's like a way better game by now, by far. Really, I don't know. The definitive editions was like it was so bad. Okay, yeah, true. At least at least playable. Cyberpunk really turned it around. You know what? I will say this. I need to give a big clap to Bethesda for not releasing a game as they usually do. Because I have yet to play Starfield, but from what I'm seeing, it's not broken as bad as those games. And they're the first company I would think of to fuck up like that. So I've been kind of happy about that. But Starfield is about to carry Xbox One. Starfield's about to carry Bethesda. I don't know. But like when Arkham Knight released, like the PC port was unplayable. I don't know why everybody has such a hard time with like putting it to PC. Because I feel like it would be easier to put PC. Because maybe I'm just dumb and I'm like, you make it on a PC. That's how you're making the games, like on PCs and shit. But you can't run it. But maybe that's just me not being intelligent enough about that. You guys remember the fact that they wanted to try to put it into Asylum, and then they were like no. Then they tried to put it into City, and they were like no. True. Deathstroke is one of those characters where like I feel like every boss battle with them. Yeah, Rocksteady really wanted the Batmobile from the beginning, and they were like, first of all, how is driving around the asylum gonna fucking work? But then they actually tried to do it for City, but they felt like since the world was so small, because the world was so small that it would just feel, it just wouldn't be good enough. And they, to make it feel huge, they took away it. Origins, I don't remember if they ever tried or talked about trying it. True. Can you imagine like going down the halls of like intensive treatment, just driving this fucking Batmobile? When is the Suicide Squad coming out? February? February time, right? I actually, it's February 10th, I do believe. Yeah, because it's one day after my birthday. So I was like, oh, it'd be cool to have this as like my own little birthday present. But no, apparently it's supposed to come out February 10th next year, but we'll see. I don't know. It looks interesting. At first the gameplay didn't look that good. Like it looked boring. Like the game like kind of looks boring. But the story would be interesting, and it does take place in the same universe. God, Rocksteady needs another one. I mean, I have faith in Rocksteady. They've never really put out a bad game. Like, even though like I find a lot of things about Night boring, you can't really say it's a bad game. But yeah, it's intrusive how the Batmobile is very intrusive, and it makes you force into it all the fucking time and take down tanks that I don't want to deal with. But it's it's still a good game. Spider-Man was like an afterthought, right? Wasn't that DLC or something? I've never played Avengers because I refuse to play it. Same with Gotham Knights. I still have not played Gotham Knights out of sheer principle for the fact of how bad that game is. I refuse to play it. Is it really? It look. Is it fixed? Well, is it at least like running like? Can I play it without it like fucking up anymore? I haven't bought it yet. I waited for it to come out to see, and then yeah, it just scared me away with all the problems. If it's like fixed, I do want to play it because the story looks interesting, and I've always liked the court owls. But like the performance is always like made it so it's like, is it really worth it right now? But I would fucking play it. Fucking why not? Mm. I mean, I'll play it on PS5 for sure. Okay, but Arkham Knight does look good. Like it doesn't look bad. Like even compare now, like it's still like it's good. If you release Arkham Knight now, I don't think many people would complain about the graphics in crazy amount. Maybe some here and there. Mid royalty. That is such a great adjective. Mid royalty. No, for real though. No, for real. Arkham Knight does look better than a lot of games coming out today, for sure. Like Arkham Knight's not a bad looking game, and I think the gameplay is like super good, but true. I think just like, and I mean like I like Montreal. Like, I like WB's Montreal because I never not liked Origins. I never got why some people hated Origins. Like they can make good games. I have no doubt the story of Gotham Knights is good. But the fucking problems like always scared me away. So I was like, I don't want to have to deal with it. But fucking, I'm just gonna have to fucking play it because a part of me does want to. Second, really? Even putting into second is kind of a hot take. What's number one then? Because me would go probably City. It's hard to say if it's Asylum or Origin says. Okay, so yeah, City. Mine's kind of a toss up. I have a big fondness for Asylum. City on top. I think we can all like. Are we all unanimous about that? City on top. City's fantastic. Asylum's super good. Origins was underrated and underappreciated. And I don't know. Night was just. It was good, but nothing that, like, after I was done playing it, I wasn't as satisfied when I finished, like, City or something. Even though I should have been. I will say the last, like, third quarter of Night is pretty great, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree. I maybe I'm just talking on nostalgia. Knight's gameplay is probably the my favorite in the series, which is a good thing. You would hope, but and I do love the idea of like like shooting people with like this cannon out this Batmobile, but it's like, oh yeah, this doesn't kill them, even though it's still something going at them super fucking fast. Oh yeah, if I who fell for that ending? Like I'm you can find out pretty quickly who the Arkham Knight is, and it always rubbed me the wrong way. Yeah, not without doing like the whole console commands, like the load PC, but What song did he sing at the end of Origins during the credits? I can't remember. Because Only You is City. Every time I beat one of those games, I do wait, and I do listen to it. It's super interesting. But yeah, that's a good point. That is true. Okay, yeah. Cold Card Heart. That's not just the DLC name. Like that's like the actual song name or something. Cold Card Heart is okay. So I recorded a video that got ruined, corrupted, and it was me ranking DLCs, and I put Code Heart as number 1. I love Code Heart. I want every single heartbreaking. Any side mission, any DLC with Mr. Freeze and Nora is the saddest thing to me. Yeah, on in City, where she sings Hush Little Baby. Or was that the that was a New Game Plus though. That was Revenge. Or was there one for New Game Plus that I don't know about? Same shit. Or am I just wrong? Because that one's super sad. Was it New Game Plus? I could have. Well, we are thinking about the same song, right? Oh, I have like something in my eye. It's like burning now. God damn it. I think that's a sign. I thought it was Revenge. No, because Revenge had the Easter egg where it was the crib no longer had positive pregnancy test, but it was negative. I thought that's why that's why it always made me sad when I heard it, her singing it when I was a kid. Even though it's still like sad to hear, but I could be wrong. I don't. Which, for surprisingly, Harley Quinn's Revenge might be one of the DLCs I played the least. That isn't like most wanted. It would have been interesting. I don't know why they would though. I mean, she would just have a, she would just have like this like little, this very very little kid in Night. Yeah, Harley Quinn's Revenge is kind of mid. It is a great outfit though. I can be the shoulder she cries on, but it's kind of the DLC's kind of mid. It's also way too long, for no reason. And I don't like Robin, playing as Robin ever. Robin is, out of all the playable characters, so boring. Like you're Batman, you're just like a nerfed Batman. Yeah, there was supposed to be the Damien game. Um, Nightwing did have better gameplay, but I don't think it wasn't even that good until Night when they really fleshed him out. But City Nightwing was also pretty good. Um, and then yeah, I for Batman Beyond game, which I don't know. I know that there was like speculations, but I don't know if they ever got to like trying to make it. Whereas I think the Damien game, they got to the point where they were going to try to make it. But I would love either one. I just don't think enough people talk about Terry McGinnis. True, he would have gotten the Bruce Daddy form. His final form, the Dilf. Bat Dilf. I went back and started rewatching Beyond 2, and it's so good. Kratos Batman. Can you imagine like throwing like a bunch of like um batarangs at like Zeus or something? That would actually be kind of fire. I kind of want that. The batarangs of Olympus, yeah. Dude, kinda. I didn't notice how like fucking sleepy I dropped I dropped it again. I have no room in my desk. Recording is the hardest thing I ever do. I didn't notice. Yeah, it's currently 1:45 here. Yeah, 1:45. So yeah, almost 2. Time zone twinsies. Usually I like stay up until like 11 a.m. Like it's embarrassing like saying how like late I stay up, but like damn. At least you're not like I have um my friend that I talk to all the time. She she was 3 hours behind. So it could be way worse. That one I would like stay up until like 4 in the morning. Yeah, yeah. Uh, all the way in Cali. It's like I'm the one that said it first, though. Don't give me that, bro. Copying me for real shit. I'm the one that said it. I'm also the one that said 145 first. You're copying me. I got the receipts to prove it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bro's copying me. Can you imagine if like we just like lived in the same state, like and it just like everything just like lines up? Can you imagine? See, but I live in hell, so I don't know. What's fucked up is I don't like saying where I live because like people just like true true. It's like I look outside and I just see you waving. I see like every time I like say where I live, like people first thing goes like, oh really? They almost like don't believe me at first. Yeehaw! What? You from Texas or something? Yeah, I never had a problem with it because it's like I never had a problem saying where I live because like, well, I mean like the state because like, are you really gonna track me down by knowing what state I am? Have fun like looking through all of it, but I mean there's nothing here, just like cornfields. Thankfully, I live north, away from it, and so do I. I have like fans and shit. It's so hot in here. I can. It's so hot in this room. I can imagine what Texas is like. I would probably die. Fans are the go. I have one right next to me. I have one that's on my bed that faces me whenever I go to sleep. I have a fan on my ceiling. They all go 24/7 with the windows open. I can't imagine having to deal with Texas weather. Oh my god. You guys are probably wishing for another fucking for it to freeze over once more. Fuck. No, I can't do that. I guess I can't complain too much that but like I don't know. I live in a meme. It's like every that's insane. It's been the weather like a week or so ago. Like a week ago. It was like terrible here. Like it was just like raining like crazy. Just storming. I, I swear to God, we definitely I I oh my God. There's yeah, we are neighbors. Now I'm actually like now I'm actually like fucking curious. Now it's like okay, this is too much. I just don't like I every time I say my state, I feel like I have to make like a case for it. It's like it's not as bad as people say. most people that meme on this place don't actually live here. It's just kind of boring. If you go like an hour out the city. Where do you live? Did you also get an alert for tornadoes? But it's like super rare here. Because I also got like tornado warnings like crazy. I don't know what it was. It's like, what am I gonna do? Get attacked by Lake Erie? I think I pretty much just doxed where I live with that sense, but I don't really give a shit. But what am I gonna do? Fucking. Alarms scare me too. Yeah, I only be getting the rainstorm. But yeah, the alarms fucking scare me. I can't do it. It always like freaks me out because it always sounds like I'm going to die. But like the message will be like just like it's like rain today, but like it sounds like a fucking. Every time I hear it, I feel like I have to like go to like a bunker. Like we're getting nuked. Here it's just mainly like rain, and I get hit with like a lake effect from Erie. Yeah, for real. For real. We're just raiding. Yeah, for real. It's scary. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Cause like I wake up and I'm like just like the weirdest shit will go on like happening in the news. It's almost like sad that like at this point like I just look at it and go like, oh, all right. Even if it's something tragic. No, for real, like shit. Let me just like play some games or something. I don't know. Like let me sleep. I don't want to be dealing with your bombs and shit. They'll bring me into your mess. It's like what am I gonna do? I don't got powers. It will become like I swear to you, I'm gonna walk outside and just an impressor Mark II is just gonna just gonna be in the sky. And I'm really gonna hate my day. I can barely stay in GTA Online lobbies in game, especially now. I don't know. I played Destroy All Humans. I know what they're about. I know what they're about. should I make a Discord server? I really want to make one, but I didn't want to make one if nobody would have joined. Because that sounds super lonely. But if you want, I'll add you on Discord, and I'll start making it. Dope. I'm putting my fucking Discord in the chat, boys. Again? Jesus Christ. One of these days it's gonna fall and it's gonna hit my power strip. It should turn off everything. Is that why? I was waiting for you to fucking add me. Oh no. I mean that's it, but like, and like whenever I'm on, just like, I don't know. I'm always down to like talk or something. I really don't give a shit. But I do want to make a server. First of all, I just need to learn how to like make one. And like make it good. And make it actually worth time. Yeah. But oh, all right, got both of you. Nice. Let's go. There we go. I was like, is he gonna add me? I was thinking about like replying back. I was like, I don't want to sound too needy now. But I'll definitely update you guys on the server. But I also don't know what the fuck I'm doing. That is kind of crazy. Same. 2020, I would stay up until 6 a.m. playing Modern Warfare 2019, and I got Damascus. I got final camo. in like 2 months of just like staying up to like 6 a.m. with my friends, well, my old friends, playing with them, then going to bed. It was an insane time. No job, nothing. What's on your schedule? Nothing. I'm not leaving my house. That's kind of crazy. I graduated 2019. I got out a year before. I got so lucky. I had friends who were younger than me who was like still in there. Yeah. I my one of my good friends, she's 1 year younger than me. She didn't even get to have a prom. I got to have a prom. And I always felt bad. But yeah, I was the last of this normal year. Damn. That's unlucky. My sister also could have graduated in 2019, but she was a she kind of got fucked over with credits. She hasn't graduated yet officially. So she was supposed to graduate the same year as me, but because she's only a few months younger than me, which is it's a whole thing. But yeah, thankfully I fucking graduated 2019. I tried to do online schooling for college when I tried to go to college, but I was there for like 2 weeks in 2019. And I tried it during 2020. I don't know how people can do that, man. Do online classes. It's the worst thing. Because I'm so distracted. That's crazy. Barely started 11th. So wait, you just started 11th? I have such like bad memories of 11th grade for me. 11th grade was the worst year of my life. Not the worst year of my life. It's definitely high up there. There's a lot of things that happen with my friend group like that we used to always talk about. 12th grade was very nice. 12th grade was the redemption arc. 10th grade was the best year of my life. 10th grade was awesome. Everything was going well. 7th grade? See, I would say, like, I should say elementary school was the worst years of my life. But that was just for bullying. 7th grade wasn't that bad. 8th grade was okay. It wasn't until, like, 9th grade, second semester, when I met, like, my friends that I had throughout high school. See, I wasn't. I was, like, this introverted kid that was, like, in class, just, like, in middle school, everybody wanted to be like something cool. Like my one friend, he writes, he does like he makes rap. And in middle school he used to freestyle a lot. And I always thought that was so cool. But I was like the kid like coming with like video game ideas and YouTube video ideas. And I didn't even have a YouTube channel. I wouldn't even have one for another like 2 years. Because like my dream as a kid was to be a game developer and be a YouTuber. I don't know why. God, I'm regretting so many decisions. If only I knew. I was always kind of like that kid who kept to himself though. I could never be the class clown. I was friends with class clowns, but no, my anxiety was too high. Damn. Yeah, I remember when me and my friends used to like one of the ideas to have like a big house for our Call of Duty clan. We had a Call of Duty clan. And we would hold tryouts. We had about like 15 people in it that we met online. But I mean, it was a dumb little clan, so it wasn't really enough to go anywhere. And I was the only one uploading videos. And they weren't good. Thankfully, they're deleted off of YouTube, but I'm fucking like falling asleep. So I fucking I'll stream soon. I'm fucking falling asleep. I'm like over here like dying. I'm like to the point where like I'm so tired that like I'm scared that in like if I go on for another 30 minutes I'm gonna be like way too awake. But thanks for joining me, boys. I was super scared nobody was gonna show up. I'm gonna do this more often. And try to actually set up things. Because, like, the goal for streams was, like, to wait and, like, set everything up and make things, like, cool. But I was like, it'd be cool to just do this, like, with other people. Instead of just, like, me recording this. And thought it'd be more entertaining. But and then I'll look into, like, the Discord server and the Stoned Arkham streams. In October, I do want to do every weekend, just have like one day dedicated and just play start to finish once a week a Batman Arkham game. Like mainlines, just beeline the story for October. But I've been cooking up some ideas. But I'll let you boys know for sure. But all right, good night, all of you. It's been a pleasure. You can't see it, but I'm waving. All right, bye.